I'm reading a brief headline here on Yahoo.
Yeah.
Jon Stewart said Dave Chappelle's intent doesn't matter. Good job, Jon Stewart. No one cares. How about that?
Yo, they still with this Dave Chappelle?
They love him. They love
Yo,
him. Anything to bring up their views or revenue or whatever the hell.
they know nothing's happening to Dave Chappelle. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Yo, we
you ain't
put
touching
this
it.
live today. I think this live right now. I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good about our
You feel
momentum. Right
strong? You feel strong today?
now. I feel strong about this. Oh, we got a few people waiting right here on queue. Three
Yeah.
people on queue.
I'm checking the ones
We
and
out
twos
here.
here. Just checking some quick updates here on my phone. Just try to see what's going on here. Yeah, I was on TikTok yesterday and I was like looking around
hmm
and they have a pronouns section. Did you know that?
Yeah. They got a pronoun
A pronouns day or something
hashtag
like
that's
that.
always trending. I feel.
Yeah, and there was this one I watched of this mother, okay, of a teenage whatever. I don't know what she classified her child as, but she was having a get together and she had name tags and she was putting like what they identify as under the name tag, and she
Word.
had like a housekeeping rules. I'm dead serious. She had some housekeeping rules on like safety or like what would be or what wouldn't be or whatever here. And in case they're not
Mm.
fully out to their parents, they have certain like keywords that they can talk amongst each other. First off, don't
Yo,
do that to my
what's
kids.
your pronoun? What's your pronoun? You never told me.
I don't need to tell you, bro. You can see what I look like, man.
Man said, what I
Pronouns,
look
man.
like. So a pronoun.
Yeah. If
You
I
old
see
school.
someone in
You a
front of
old
me,
school
if I see
bigot.
someone in front of me that look like a girl, I'm gonna address them until they correct me.
You're an old school bigot. That's what you are.
That's
Old
right.
school bigot.
Damn right. I'm gonna be prepared to be canceled.
Yo.
Time to
Macho's.
get
Yo, who thinks
freaking
Macho's a
canceled.
bigot, man? Come on, man. Don't come with this bigotry.
Listen, I go by the rule of thumb. Like I told you before. Like if I disrespected somebody in your house based off being me, I'm not arrogant, you know. And you say, "Yo,
Mhm.
chill. My wife didn't like that." I'm gonna look at you and go, "Yo, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
apologize to your wife." You know what I'm saying? Like it
By the way, I also
until you
identify as how I look. I'm with you, by the way.
if someone addressed me some other than what I feel like or what I think I am, right?
hmm
I'm gonna correct them. I'm gonna say, "Yo, I don't go by that. Sorry." You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I feel you. It's
So
only
like
right.
when someone and also I grew up in an era. First off, for the viewers out there, my first name is Sequoia. So imagine
Oh,
growing up with that
bringing
name in
out
the
the
hood.
government name,
Imagine growing up in the hood with that name, by the way. Okay.
Sequoia.
So you go to the doctor and you got all these Hispanic doctors or Chinese doctors or Indian doctors, and they'll say I'm like, yep, that's me. I already know it's me. I don't even try. See, I don't get offended by that stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I
I
feel
had
it.
teachers
You grew thick
mispronounce my
skin.
name. Yeah,
They
thick skin, and
my
I've
my
had
my
people
last
make
name
fun
is
of me.
Savory, and we used to be slavery too.
Slavery. What in God's name is going on in this world?
You already
But you know
know the
what? We're
one.
tough. We're tough for it.
Come
You know what
on,
I'm
man.
saying?
This is
We're
just part
like
of
built
life. I was
Ford
like, yo, you gotta
strong.
find a way around it.
It's
Lewis
like
slavery.
we're built
You know what
for
I'm saying?
tough. Isn't that
But
the
now
Ford
I
thing?
take a twist on that and I go to the sweet and savory, you know? Back when I was a single man, I'm a married man guy.
I
Be
got I
when I'm
had to
around.
I had
Ooh,
to
what you
bring
got
it out
tonight?
today. I had to bring it out today.
Hold up, what that says though?
It says fake news network.
Oh, fake news
My
network.
little
He is
thirty
out here.
dollar my little $30 webcam here can't really focus on it. Sorry guys, but
Okay. I see you.
if
I got my
the
wine.
more we get audiences, the more we can generate some, traction. I can get better cameras. I can get a better studio in here. How about
Yeah, I
that?
need to I need my upgrades too. You know, we'll keep down the low. But you know, my upgrades are
What
coming.
up, Kristen? How you doing? Thanks for
Oh,
joining us
Kristen is
today.
back showing the love and
Let's do
support.
our infamous opening. Why not? Why not?
Oh,
Let's greet our people. Let's do this for the people, Mr.
let's go.
Slavery. Let's
Let's
do this.
go, man.
Hello and welcome to another live broadcast. Excuse me, I'm a little wired. Another live broadcast. I'm Macho, that's Savory, and together we are Drinks with a Nobody. And you're watching us on Nobody TV. Be sure to follow us on Twitch at MachoFix88 and at Savory_Edition. Be sure to also follow us on Twitter. We got the same handles there. And Savory, how's TikTok going? That joint is
TikTok
booming.
is booming. I just got off a quick live. I'm feeling good about it. We gaining some traction. We gaining some good
Damn right.
family and friends. Kristen came from there, so shout out to
Shout
that.
out.
You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out. So be sure to
Solid.
follow us on TikTok at Savory_Edition and at MachoFix88. And in case you missed any of our previous broadcasts, go on YouTube, type in Drinks with the Nobody, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you never miss a thing. When we go live, you'll know it. Savory, what
Facts.
kind of audience are we trying to generate? Why do we even want an audience in the first place? What are we
Mm,
trying to do?
let me take a sip before that.
There you go.
Here at Drinks with a Nobody, we like to keep stuff entertaining. We like to keep stuff honest. We just like to have fun with these conversations, to be honest. I think there's too much stigma around what you could say, what you cannot say. So we're here breaking that veil, kind of just letting people into the world of open opinion, open thoughts. Sadly enough, is a market that's needed. Don't blame us. Yeah, I created a market for this. I created a market for this, and we didn't need to be here, but we need to be here because we can't talk about certain things. And if that's you, you want to share certain thoughts, you got certain things that you hold in. This is your channel. This is your channel. Why? Because not because you're gonna be a lion, but you're gonna find a community of people who really are gonna be open to these kind of conversations, leading by your very own Savory and Macho, trying to lead
Yeah.
the way through
We
that
want to
open.
talk through anything politics, anything culture. We want to wrestle through these things, as you saw in our promo. If you've missed it, check out our TikTok, check out our YouTube channel. We have our promo there. We want to wrestle through things. We want to talk about stuff.
Yeah,
We don't have to always agree on things. And I believe that if we can do this and we can find compromises, we can make the world a better place. Just a little small community. Hey, I don't care how big this grows, but
that's
we
all it
can
takes.
change things just by having a conversation. But what better way to do it, Savory, than to do it over a drink? That's right. Here at Drinks with a Nobody, we encourage you to grab a drink, sit down, talk to us, pop that open,
It
sit
could be
back, relax.
alcoholic, non-alcoholic, whatever you prefer.
Facts.
No big deal. You know what I'm saying? These days, sipping on some wine. Some days I got water.
I
Other
got my
days I got
coffee
orange
here.
juice.
I
Here's
got
the
better
news.
here. If you can see it better now, Savory, I
Oh,
got it.
there we go.
Fake
Ooh,
News Network.
this boy's
Shout
on
out to
fire.
Forbidden Clothing. If
Okay,
you and
well,
I got
shout out.
in honor of you today, I'm gonna open us up, but I want to show this up here. I got the Good Citizen shirt. Check that out.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm feeling that. You
That's
know,
in honor of you and support of my man over there. And let me just start a little casually here. Um, Today we want to cover some major news that I woke up to a text from Savory here earlier about something that he is facing, and we want your opinion. We want to kind of wrestle through what he's facing, how should he approach this. We want to give you the whole background on this man. This man's got he's married, he's got a house, and he's got a lot riding on him. So he was faced with a decision today. We also want to cover some major news in New York City, major news in New York City. Some unions, what De Blasio's saying over there, some lame duck De Blasio.
it's
Sick
hot.
of
It's
that
hot.
man. I feel like he's a disease we can't get rid of. You know what I'm saying?
My man is there.
And then we have the outrageous tax plans coming up here that we want to talk about and break that down. We don't really want to get into the numbers. We want to get into the concept of it
Yeah.
and how that looks. And then James O'Keefe, being James O'Keefe, we want to close out with that today. But first and foremost, let's talk about Savory's issue. Savory, what are you facing? Let us in and let them in on what's going on.
All right, let me let the world in right quick. Right now, I just got wind that my job is requiring me to get vaccinated before the end of the year, or face being let go, terminated, fired, whatever term you want to use. So, we just got this news. I'm not totally surprised, but it's been a weird thing in my job where it's like, it's that gray area tension, or it's like, yo, y'all not really talking about this because I think it's assumed that most people got vaccinated. So I'm that person in the background. I think I'm the only one in my team that didn't. So, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, if you have
yeah,
what, that
that's
would be like 99% compliancy there.
Yeah,
Jesus, if
well,
you're the
I don't
only
think we
one
got
that's not.
90. Well, in my team, but I think throughout the company, they definitely got less than 90. So,
I hear you.
anyways, that's my update. We got to see how this unfolds. But at the end of the day, man, if y'all know anything about me, I'll leave that there. It ain't gonna happen.
But what I mean, I really want to challenge you on some of this stuff here because I got
Mhm.
vaccinated. I caved. I caved in. That's right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Talk
But
to me.
I have a lot riding on me. My fiance
Me
is in
too.
law school. She's not working. I can't just take a stand and quit my job or put my
Me
job
either.
in jeopardy.
Me
So
either.
why are you willing to do this, Savory? Why are you willing to
I really can't do it either. You know what I'm saying? I got a mortgage to pay now. I'm newly married. I still don't have a car. I'm in Jersey City. Um, so there's a few things, but I don't do well with being forced to do things. And then even aside from that, for me, for those who know me closely, I never took the flu vaccine. So it's layers back to me. Like I never felt like I needed the flu vaccine. So I remember when I first got a job, everyone went downstairs to get the flu vaccine. My justification would be like, I'm not against it. Cool, you get your vaccine, but I haven't got sick in years. So why would I go get the flu vaccine against something I've never ever gotten? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so again, my
because
logic is not about.
according to them, this is highly contagious. You can put the vulnerable in danger, the vulnerable categories in danger by your negligence to not get vaccinated.
Yeah, yeah. If that was true, cool. I would consider that that's all false.
Oh, we're definitely gonna get fact checked on our YouTube later for
Yeah, yeah.
sure.
Look, if any of that was true, you know what I'm doing? I'm like, okay, let's do this. If I had any trust in what this government is doing, I wouldn't mind. But
Is there
for me,
okay? I want to further break this down just a few more moments, but I have a question. If Do you think the reason why there's this back and forth with people protesting, which they're not showing on liberal media, by the way? By the way, Kristen said, "Damn, that's not right. That is not right. God has a plan for you and your family, Savory."
that's what I'm
So,
counting on. Appreciate the
thank
love.
you. So, do you think that that government created this tension between each other? And I'm not going to blame the right. I'm not going to blame the left. But when you have people who were hesitant to take the vaccine in the first place, what do you expect was going to happen to the constituency.
Yeah, they definitely cause this. It's partly celebratory for them because they are taking control. It's like I saw an interesting take on this, right? That said, what do you have when a whole bunch of people who don't get vaccinated get replaced with people who got vaccinated and are willing to get vaccinated? You have a whole field of people with higher compliance. So when the next phase comes for either some type of control or new mandate, it'll be easier, which is why you're willing to replace people with the National Guard who don't need to get vaccinated. It's about compliance here. It has nothing to do with health, which is why
Yeah.
I'm not compliant.
And Kristen, yeah, absolutely. Divided we fall, united we stand. That was a huge catchphrase under the Bush administration when we were attacked. Our
Yeah.
government was not divided for at least a year. So when we went into that war, right,
Hmm.
everyone was united because divided we fall. That
Yep.
was the whole catch. It was all over city buses,
Hmm.
United We Stand. It was all over the country. It don't matter where you were. But all of a sudden, we have a global virus that hits us, and all of a sudden, we're not united.
Yeah. Crazy,
So you
crazy.
expect us to take a freaking vaccine to be willing when you guys are not even united? Look, I understand you're on opposite ends of the playing ground, but at least stand together and say, "Hey guys, we want to make sure that we are all safe." If you had several of the Republican leaders and Democrat leaders stand together, hold a press conference and say, "Hey, we're going to get through this."
Hmm.
No, no, but they were so resistant. They hated the previous president that much,
Yeah, man.
folks.
And
It's
by the
crazy.
way, let me add this final thought to my situation.
Yeah.
What's funny about my situation is I work remotely. So
Oh
whether you are
God.
remotely or going into the office, the mandate is that you have to get vaccinated as an employee, regardless if you're 100% remote. You see, so you think that's gonna
That
sway
doesn't
people
make
who's in the
sense.
middle,
That don't
right?
make sense. Yeah.
Somebody who's in the middle is gonna be like, all right, now you just proved to me that this is total nonsense and not about health. Now I'm definitely not getting vaccinated. It's
How
people
are
who are
you
smart.
gonna pay your bills? How are you gonna pay your bills, bro?
I have no idea, and I really don't have my savings right now because of this house. So I'm gonna see what's up.
Come
But
on,
what
Savory.
I
Get
what
vaccinated. Get the jab, bro.
no, I'm not getting that jab. What God help me, God help me. But without, yeah, you know what? I won't get into that,
Yo,
man.
I'm praying.
Let's
You
listen
know
to it.
what? You know what I'm praying. I've been saying this. I don't think you believe me. I'm gonna say this on a public audience right now. I told you this won't matter because what we're doing here is big, bro. Is major.
Okay,
People
I hear
want to
you.
hear people talk, especially young men like us, to stand up with courage. We're not yelling out in the street with picket signs. We're right here where everyone could just tap in and just sit down together in their own home in their own comfort. We're not destroying property. We're not burning down things. We're coming together and say, hey, can we have a civil discussion? Can we come
Facts.
together and just talk? That's why I know we're gonna boom. So I don't
Mhm.
care whether you get I know you're gonna be okay because God's got your back. You know what I'm saying? So
Amen. Amen to that.
yeah.
Get into this.
All right. So I just wanted to as I was going home this morning, Savory, I usually listen to I always forget the names of these guys. Sid and something in the morning on the radio show, right?
Mm.
Conservative radio, 770 AM. And anyways, I was like bewildered when I heard this number. Now they could be over exaggerating, but they said 40% of our fire department will be off the job as of November 1st.
In New York City.
40% in New York City.
Yeah. That.
How is this not major news? This is a major freaking city.
So
This is a
the
major
crisis
city.
is so big that we're about to cause another crisis on top of the crisis because the crisis we have is so big that we need to cause another crisis. Like this logic is
That's right.
crazy.
That's right, Alex. God is good. God is good for sure. We're busy trying to catch up to God's goodness.
Trying to trust that
We'll never
prophet.
catch it. We'll never catch it. But you know what one of the radio hosts said, and I'm gonna roll this film soon after. He said, "When my family is burning inside of I live in a 14 floor high rise." He said, right,
Mhm.
and there's a fire that breaks out. I got my 13-year-old son in there. I got my family in there. You think I really give a damn if that fire department worker or if that firefighter is vaccinated? I want him to save my freaking family,
That's
bro.
facts. Again, most people are not caring if people are vaccinated. It's just a virtue signaling and a freaking badge of honor. Like I'm vaccinated sticker, like the I'm
Jesus.
like I voted sticker. This is ridiculous. Anyways,
Well, here's what the way to cue that, Savory. Thank you. Here's what the president of I believe the fire department had something to say
listen close.
at the mayor's mansion over here in New York City. Here's what he had to say.
Let's go.
I don't think the mayor understands what's going to happen on November 1st. There is going to be a catastrophic staffing shortage. I was told not to use the word manpower.
Y'all peep that nonsense? I was told not to use the word manpower.
No. Yo, look at him smirking over here. My man over here on the side here.
My man's like, whew.
I think he did it on purpose. He did that on purpose.
The political correctness, you see what it's doing here is like you have to be aware of how you even share truth. Because you could be sharing the truth, or you could be sharing it a way that's not appropriate. What? Just say manpower, bro. I don't know how many women are actually getting offended by that. Very few. I guarantee you, it's the minority of the minorities of the minorities.
Yeah, I think he did it on purpose. He said manpower. Oh, I was told not to say that. You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
Let's check this out. What's going on here?
Staffing shortage if 3,500 firefighters that are currently unvaccinated are told to not go to work.
3,500. And he's talking from the fire department's perspective. 3,500.
Yeah, I heard that. 3,500 people.
We're already short firefighters after Bloomberg, by the way. We're already short.
No, they're working. It's a tight shift. You see, in certain areas of the city, it's hard to take care of all the problems, and now 3,500? Come on, man.
Oh, Christian said, as a female, I have never been offended by that statement, manpower. Isn't it general? Isn't it a general statement, manpower? It doesn't mean man. We are mankind, right? Mankind.
We all know that, though. This is why I don't even entertain an explanation to these buffoons.
Been scraping together people to show up for work for the last several months just to keep firehouses open. You're going to see dozens and dozens of firehouses closed. You're going to see response times climb. It is inevitable.
This is the police union president. He said dozens and dozens, bro.
Yeah,
he said dozens and dozens.
If 3,500, and I would love to see the specifics, but I can just imagine thinking about the city, right? Square footage, how long it takes to get from one place to the other. Now you're short on staff, you're short on drivers, you're short on manpower. So there's certain things that you just can't answer. It could be a burning building or an emergency to help somebody. Do you have to get now? You can probably call, but now instead of calling the 1 mile away, you'll have to call the 6 miles away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is a disaster.
Yeah, and that could be life and death for you.
Yes.
Yeah. You might as well figure out how to do some fire safety in your own house. You have a fire extinguisher in your house, Savory? I know you're in Jersey City, but
Yeah, first floor tenant has it. I'll go and knock there.
You break that damn door down.
Lives are going to be lost, and that is irrefutable.
Did you hear what the fire department of New York's union president just said? That number he spit out? 3,500, 3,500 they've got to fill.
What does it say? A police exodus would be a catastrophe, excuse me. Wow, I'm all over the place. Of epic and bloody proportions. Fewer cops will certainly mean more killing. And remember, not one police officer was vaccinated before this year.
And what was happening?
Hello.
This year?
Hello to common sense.
What started before this year? What's the name of this virus?
Corona.
Oh, I thought it started now.
China.
These nurses and officers have been working up and down, interacting with people for over a year. Unreal. Now you're forcing people to get vaccinated, and if not, you're threatening their jobs, families, and livelihood. Yo, get out my
Savory,
face.
Stop worrying. Stop worrying, Savory. We got the freaking National Guard is coming. Okay?
National Guard.
Stop worrying, man. What's wrong with you?
They don't get vaccinated until June 2022.
They're coming, though. They're coming, bro.
People are ridiculous.
Quickly, over vaccine mandates. The New York Post has published an op-ed which says a police exodus would be catastrophic, of epic and bloody proportions.
I just wanted to hear
Fewer
this again.
cops will certainly mean more killing. And remember, not one police officer was vaccinated before this year.
Just for emphasis, I wanted to play that. I just wanted to be a jerk and play that real quick.
Oh man,
What in the world is going on, Savory?
Yeah,
I have another clip here of it is not just, if you think it's just affecting police officers and the fire department, you are sadly mistaken. We have another clip here of who else could be in the mix here, and may I add, New York City's already dirty. So if you know where I'm going here, Savory, check this out.
Well, with just days to go now until city workers have to be vaccinated, firefighters are planning to protest, while the NYPD commissioner is bracing for the possibility of an officer shortage. News 4's Andrew Siff joining us live from Tribeca, where the FDNY underwriter.
That's right. It's clear. Officer shortage and fire department shortage. But look at what they slither in here, just so you guys will see. Just bear with us for a second.
Holding a news conference here shortly.
Right. Any minute now, they're planning to lay out what they'd like to see happen. They're not happy about the requirement 48 hours from now, 5 p.m. Friday, that all members be vaccinated or be placed on unpaid leave. More and more of the municipal unions left pushing back against the mandates. On a day when he can.
What a scumbag.
I
have to say it. I hate to be the typical deplorable person. When I see De Blasio, I have to be a New Yorker though. He's a scumbag, bro.
Yeah. Like this is crazy. This what's happening right now is scary. So pay attention to this announcement right here. It's a whole new staff of people who are in compliance, which is good for the government. They're replacing all the people who are rebellious and
not enough.
It's
not enough.
And look it's not enough. Yeah, it's only 400. We talk about
watch what he says here. Yeah.
Congratulated 400 new police officers, all of them fully vaccinated under city rules for new hires. Mayor de Blasio also reminded thousands who've yet to get their COVID shots.
Are they being disingenuous there? Say just thousands? Why don't they just put a number? Maybe 2,000, 3,000, 4,000.
They don't want to put that number. If it's 3,500 only through the fire department, we're looking up to numbers, I would say close to 10K, looking at the totality of the city easily.
Oh, man, I got to figure out a way. I got to create a bunker. It's going to be bad.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I need one of those conspiracy bunkers, you know?
Yeah, this is wild.
Come on, Xavier. We got to create a bunker. You ever seen when those conspiracy people, they like, yo, you never know if the world ends, you know? When they
our own society at this point. But, I want to fight against them, man. I don't, but let's go.
You got the strap, though? Because I'm not armed. Are you armed?
I need to get that strap, man. I shot a few times. I'm here in Jersey. I got 10 years in jail for owning a freaking strap.
What, illegally?
Yes.
Oh, geez. But they don't have to know you have it, right? Oh, excuse me. I may have ratted you out now.
All right, let's go.
Time is running out.
Look, I'd like everyone who's not yet vaccinated to get vaccinated by the end of Friday.
Yo, you don't have to have the sign language people here. No one's watching you, de Blasio. No one's watching you.
It's called virtue signaling.
If they don't, they're going off payroll.
But the unions representing frontline workers like police, firefighters, and sanitation workers.
Bam! Look at how they slither that in. Look at how they slither this in, y'all. Check this out.
Yo, let's play that through. Play that through. And look at this comment. I live in Oklahoma. I would be terrified to be in New York at this time. This is my mind frame. Right? This is crazy. Crazy.
Can we go to Oklahoma, because we don't want to be here? Can we get out of here? Like,
kidnap us.
Yeah, we need a bunker somewhere. Set up shop.
Like police, firefighters, and sanitation workers have been pushing back, insisting they're not anti-vaccine but anti-mandate. In Brooklyn, new complaints that trash collection has slowed down as a worker protest over the mandate.
This has to be addressed. This is something that we are not going to let continue.
The city's expanded.
So how are you going to deal with the sanitation problem? You're going to hire private companies?
Yo, bro, you should know better. The National Guard.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
come on, man.
The National Guards are also sanitation.
Solution for people who have no solutions. The lamest solutions to everything. The National Guard. These people are from all over the world, by the way. So they won't be there permanently unless they're going to relocate their whole entire family. These people are getting Band-Aids on serious solutions.
Yo, the National Guard is like our savior, bro. Our Lord and Savior.
Vaccine mandate has a deadline of 5 p.m. Friday. By then, all of the estimated 44,000 unvaccinated municipal workers must get at least one shot or face suspension.
So they actually put a number there, Savory, that we were way off. We were way off. 44,000?
Well, no, I think we were doing the calculation of the police department. I think that's New York as a whole, they're saying. Because that's a little bit of people that are unvaccinated.
Yeah, but think of the city employees. The city employee of FDNY, NYC, the police, and sanitation. Who else am I missing here? Maybe corrections?
Yo, my man Alex, by the way, I got to say this comment. This is hilarious.
What he said?
My man said, yo, come out. We strapped out here. I got room. We live in a ranch. No, we got to save that comment just in case we got to really dip. Because this is wild out here.
Yo, he's got a compound. He's got a compound.
Hold up. This number really quick. Is this the city workers that he's mandating? He's not talking about the city as a whole. I'm talking he's probably just
this is the NYC.
But it's way more in NYC as a whole with the other
all
jobs.
Of the estimated 44,000 unvaccinated municipal workers must get at least one shot or face suspension without pay. The mayor predicting a surge in vaccinations on Friday, but vows there are staffing contingencies just in case. The police commissioner recording a video today.
Oh, there are staffing contingencies just in case, so nobody worry, okay?
Reminding the holdouts.
We'll be sending, again, notifications to people that our records say don't have the vaccination. And then we're planning for contingencies at the same time.
Also today, Governor Kathy Hochul, who had already urged parents to call their pediatricians and make appointments for vaccines for those aged 5 to 11, now urging the doctor.
Yeah, I can't stand her.
No, she's truly crazy. That woman is truly crazy. Yeah, I believe she's truly crazy.
She is, bro. She is.
Yeah,
I mean, what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do?
The woman was wearing a vax chain.
What?
You seen that? She was doing a whole press conference and she's wearing a gold chain that says vax.
What?
Like, you something's wrong with you. Like, you think this is like a movement for you? Like, you.
She's just trying to. This is what I was telling a coworker of mine. I said, look, don't look at politicians as God, right or left. Look, as conservative as I am, don't look at them as God, because they're not here to save you. They're here to be reelected. They're here to get that job. They're gonna do anything in their power. When Giuliani was mayor of New York City, he caved to the left at times, and he made deals with them. Look, I like the guy. I actually loved New York City when he was mayor here. He was strong on crime. Huh?
Who does it? The funny thing is, who does it? Like, my brother-in-law grew up in the streets, doing his thing, whatever. Every time I hear stories, everybody in the streets love Giuliani because they respect him. It was something about people to see. They're like, they can't believe he did it. They don't like him, but they're like, damn, you got to respect what the man did.
Yeah, he was all about it. He was about it. He put his money where his mouth was. You know what I'm saying? And what other person could deal with the mob the way he did? Think about that.
Directly at
them. Instead of just coming at him hard like the government was with the FBI and all that. You know what he did? I look, maybe people won't agree, but he gave him a chance. He said, turn legit or we're coming after you.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of he saved all that time, saved all that police work, and say, just giving them an opportunity, turn legit or we're coming after you. And just like that, over the course of his mayoral campaign, the mob was at bay for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
Chris, that's a good point. I remember that comment. She said her disciples. So she was saying it's the biblical thing to love your neighbor. She was motivating everybody to get the vaccine because as a Christian is your moral duty, loving your neighbor. And then she was trying to encourage people as God's disciples. This woman, I tell you, this woman's a little crazy.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
she spoke at the pulpit.
I'm not trying to be funny here. The woman's a little crazy. You guys, I'm very serious though.
That's
woman,
manipulation.
That's the type of woman you leave in power with that kind of mindset. Like she'll be an authoritarian figure for sure. She's crazy.
What about Letitia James? She threw her hat in the ring for governor. What do you think of her? She's the attorney general of New York.
Oh, word? I don't know too much about her, to be honest. Yeah, I heard the name come around, but I don't know too much about her.
She's like the representative for Black Lives Matter in New York, bro. Come on now.
Oh,
Yeah, she's Kamala Harris, 5.0. Like, she's terrible, bro. Like, she's terrible.
Damn.
Why do you think it's an accident why New York has a higher, shooting spree or higher crime or the bail reform? You think that was an accident?
Oh, we know the answer to that, man.
Come on, we got the head of Black Lives Matter over here in New York City running being the state prosecutor. Come on now, this is ridiculous. All right, let's do a pivot here. Let's talk about some tax plans because those
tax plans.
These Democrats always got some kind of plan to figure out a way to solve our problems. They're like our saviors here. They got the National Guard, right, for everything. Don't worry, the National Guard will cover it. And now here we are. The billionaires will pay our deficit. Don't worry about it. Here's what NBC reported. I think this is CNBC, actually. Excuse me. What they reported on the new Democrats' tax plan, their billionaire tax proposal. Check this out.
Well, Becky, we do have information about 2 new key proposals that Democrats are now floating in order to pay for their social spending package.
I like the way she said that, though. That was like a subtle jab, Savory. I don't know if you realize that. Their social spending package.
Billionaires' income tax would impose the capital gains rate on anyone with $100 million in income or $1 billion in assets for 3 consecutive years, even if they have not realized those gains. Now, Democrats estimate only about...
I heard you snicker at that earlier. What does that even mean if they don't realize those gains? Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, so they're trying to tax people on money that people don't even have at hand to really use. This is why this is crazy. Like,
what?
This is one of the most radical tax ideas in a very long time. So, for example, if I tell you, let me give you a quick example here, right? I'm like, I got my home, man. I'm excited. 3 years later, the home is worth, let's say $30K more. I'm like, wow, in 5 years, I got $30K equity in the home. Dope. I like this. So if I sell, I can get it at $30K. But they want to tax me on $30K before I sell. So I'm just...
so before you even get to that 30,000 worth increase, they're going to tax you on that, even though you don't have it yet.
Well, they'll tax you when you get there on paper, but you only get taxed when you sell something, right? You shouldn't be taxed before selling something. So if you own a stock, for example, right? Let me break this down right away. If somebody owns a stock here, you ready for this? And your stock goes from $10 to $30, right? You haven't sold. But when you sell, you got to pay on that difference. But how are they going to charge you tax when you haven't realized your gain, which means you haven't sold your stock?
Wow, that's
very
crazy.
Very deceitful, man. I'm telling you.
That's like I get to credit tax you.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
No, it's
700
it's
people fall into this category, but they could wind up paying hundreds of billions in tax over the course of...
Only 700 people will fall into this category in this tax proposal. Only 700, by the way. But they'll pay a certain amount. Here's what... I'm going to rewind this back.
Well, Elon alone will pay $50 billion, by the way. So
what?
Yeah.
Oh, he's closing up shop.
Now, Democrats estimate only about 700 people fall into this category, but they could wind up paying hundreds of billions in tax over the course of a decade. Now, that idea is spearheaded by Senate Finance Chairman Ron Wyden, but the reception in the House has been lukewarm. Ways and Means Chairman Richard Neal argued that his plan for raising rates and making millionaires pay a surtax on income has already been fully debated and vetted.
I think that if you consider that the caucuses I've met with even in the last 48 hours in the House, there's more steadfast support for what we did in terms of rates than at any time since I think that we offered our proposal, which is now 40 days old.
Another new idea that Democrats are pushing is a minimum tax on corporations. They want to create a 15% rate on book income for companies with profits of $1 billion or more. Now, importantly, moderate Senator Kyrsten Sinema is backing this. She's calling it a common sense step, but it is currently unclear where she stands on the billionaires tax, and that's going to be important for determining whether that can even survive.
Wow. I don't even know where to start here. First off, They said that over the course of a decade, they would pay hundreds of billions of dollars, right? What does it matter how much money they can get when Congress spends more money in a day than in a decade that they will be able to receive? This is why I don't like these kind of tax bills, because they don't know how to manage. They don't even know how to manage the deficit in which they have already. You just keep creating a deficit. So how can you instill confidence that you would be able to take care of these hundreds of billions of dollars? And what is it really going to go towards? Universal health care,
Yeah,
childcare, free.
it's a disaster. What these people want to do, it's a complete disaster. And they just don't know what way to turn, right? I want to share something really quick, right? And
Yeah,
this is
go
going
for
to
it.
be on what Elon Musk responded, so you can get a view of government, private sector, and all that links together. All right, check this out. Right? We got right here. Let me see if I can zoom this. All right. That could pay for a Mars mission. This is somebody tweeted this. They said Musk would pay as much as 50 billion under the tax over its first 5 years. 50 billion in 5 years, 10 billion a year. And check this out. Bezos could pay as much as 44 billion. Democrats would heavily target the 10 wealthiest America. And then this is what Elon Musk said. According to their own estimate, this tax only covers 10% of the 3.5 trillion spending bill. Wow. There will be another 90% come from. Where will the other 90% come from? You ready? Look at this breakdown, guys. If this doesn't pique your attention, this is how we talk about this in an honest way. U.S. national debt, 28,900 billion, or 229K per taxpayer. Even taxing all billionaires at 100% would only make a small dent in that number. So obviously, the rest must come from the general public. This is based
quote unquote billionaires at 100% would make a small dent in that number.
Yep.
So obviously, the rest would come from general public.
So again, what's the point here? I'll tell you what the point is. This is covered as a tax for the rich, but soon it will trickle down as a tax for everyone. Because even if you tax them at 100%, they're going to have to get the money somewhere else, right? So let me give you another quick example, guys. For those of you who live in a state that you're uncomfortable or you don't want to be there, or what they do is, hey, they're going to tax the rich. If you hear your state saying this, the rich are the people who can, in the drop of a dime, leave to another state with their family. So they usually leave, and the burden is left with the person who can't afford it.
Yeah.
You see, it's just crazy. Yeah. This is insane.
This is why Tom Sowell said that when there are lower taxes on the rich, they actually pay more in taxes because they're here.
Exactly.
But if you increase the tax rate on the rich, they allocate. He says they don't pay it. They move their funds. They have offshore accounts that you're not going to be able to touch, Biden, even though he's trying. So, yeah.
Crazy times, I tell you, man.
What do you got here?
Tax the rich.
You want me to roll that Bet David?
Now what you had after that?
That was the one that I had. I had that queued up.
Yeah, but what's the next topic you had? So we can because I think they mentioned the same thing there. It's fine. What you had?
I had the Chillerelli.
Let's go to Chillerelli. I say we go to
let's
Chillerelli.
Do this. Yeah, let's do that.
I think we had enough heat with the taxes.
Yeah. We don't want to bore our audience here. Yeah. we could rip this apart all day.
We could though. We could keep going, but
it's just crazy.
You want to play your clip first?
Yeah, I got it.
Let's do this.
Check out what Tucker has to say here. He has a few things to say, but I also love the way he covered in a multifaceted way between the two candidates. So you guys will get to see he's not just one-sided like some other news stations are. But check this out.
So Phil Murphy, until a couple years ago, was just some creepy finance guy. Now he's the king of New Jersey. So we had Phil Murphy on at the beginning of Corona and asked him, how do you get the right to order all these people around like they're your servants? And here's what he said. The Bill of Rights, as you well know, protects Americans' right, enshrines their right to practice their religion as they see fit and to congregate together, to assemble peacefully. By what authority did you nullify the Bill of Rights in issuing this order? How do you have the power to do that?
That's above my pay grade, Tucker. So I wasn't thinking of the Bill of Rights when we did this.
Given this, he's an early adopter of fascism. There's someone running against him in New Jersey.
Yo, as smart as that man is,
to know why I'm doing certain things.
As smart as that man is, you're gonna blame the hierarchy? You're gonna blame the hierarchy?
Yeah, this guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all need to look into who this man is, Phil Murphy. This man is. I read up on him. He's
about to be gone. Let's see.
Overwhelmingly Democratic state, but Republicans have won in the past. So we're going to talk now to Jack Ciattarelli. He's running against Phil Murphy for governor of New Jersey, which is this year. He joins us. Mr. Ciattarelli, thank you so much. It was almost 30 years ago that Jim Florio lost a Democrat in a Democratic state because he just went way too far. Why do you think you can do the same to this guy?
Phil Murphy's done the same thing, Tucker. He's gone way too far left. He's very extreme. And, a year and a half ago on this very show, as you just told us, he said, the Bill of Rights, that's above my pay grade. It's not funny. But worse than that, he told the highest tax people in the nation, if taxes are your issue, we're probably not your state. He's basically...
Wow. Yo, he actually had an ad. He did?
Well, Ciattarelli got a whole ad against him where he played when he said that on the interview. He literally said in the interview, if taxes are your issue, this is probably not your take.
What was he thinking? Like, I'm sure he's like at home, like, and someone advised him. One of his advisors came up to us like, yo, Phil, what were you thinking? We have conservatives in our state, right? I wanted to highlight this comment here by Alex. Love this channel. Can't have these kinds of discussions with my friends. And this is what we want to change, Alex. This is a reason why I want to highlight this. I want to change this because what Savory and I do is we like to ask questions because we don't want to perceive ourselves as somebody who knows everything. We have our opinions and we're not going to change that. But let's explore the other side. Just because we're conservative libertarians over here doesn't mean that we're not trying to find the root of these things. And what you're probably experiencing with your friends, and I don't want to speak to the entirety of your situation, but the reason why is because the polarization in our country is so thick that I don't believe majority of our people, right or left, the far right and the far left, they're not following politics. They're following a cult.
The wave, wherever the wave takes them.
This is not politics. I promise you guys, this is not politics. Politics is meant to be discussed, debated, fleshed out. Okay, let's come to a compromise. Let's have agreements. That's what our politicians are doing behind the closed doors, folks. Don't make no mistake about it. They're having margaritas, eating steak together. Okay, but us, we have people on opposite ends fighting each other, saying things like "you're a racist," "you're delusional," or "we're going to cancel you," "you're deplorable," having all these catchphrase statements being said. And this doesn't solve anything. This continues to divide. And it's funny enough because the irony in all of this is we have a president in an inauguration speech say, I want to unify this country. And he's been doing everything opposite since then. That's my rant.
And we'll continue to do.
Yeah. This is crazy.
Really telling New Jerseyans to leave.
I mean, this guy, and I know I think you've got 1 million more Democrats than Republicans in the state. But is it your sense that, like, there've got to be Democrats who this guy's too much. He's incompetent, he's nasty, and he's just totally authoritarian. I mean, do you think you have, honestly, a shot to win?
The majority of Democrats in New Jersey, Tucker, are fiscally conservative and socially moderate, and this guy is just way too...
That's the best way to put it.
This guy gets it.
That's smooth right there. Look. You know why? Let me break this down really quick, guys. Let me break this down. Let me say something really quick. Most people, when you're in the New York, New Jersey area, you're socially more of a Democrat, right? You're socially lean left, right? But in a reasonable way. But when it comes to economics, we have a diversity of immigrants, families, and immigrants reality check right here for most people. Let me tell you something. We come with values, conservative values. Even the black family at a root is very conservative, from the church, from the values. So right there, he hit it on the nail. Now it's about getting that spirit and realization out from the people so they can vote for him. I think he has a good shot, man.
Especially if you're black and you own a business, you're fiscally conservative. Period.
Has your idea, quick question for you, has your idea or your hope in Jack Ciattarelli winning changed? Because I know you said you saw a poll that he was up by a bit. Let me ask you that. How do you feel about it? Do you think a credible poll, or did it change anything?
The conservatives are saying that he's up 6%, but the liberals are saying he's down 11%. So you can't really tap it there. But on certain sources that I've read, some conservative strategists have been saying this is a lock for Phil Murphy. But it doesn't sound that way. A few days. We're what? Just almost less than a week away from.
I'm here in
election.
Jersey, man. The sentiment, and I'm in a place where most people are going to vote for Murphy. But at the same time, I feel the sentiment for Jack in a way where I'm like, damn, I'm in Jersey City, you know? So it gives me like, wow, this is interesting. When you drive around, you see a lot of signs. His campaign went hard, bro.
And do you think this is important for the entirety of our country? Just in a sense. I know this is focusing on New Jersey.
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I do think it has more implications than people realize. Why? Because Jersey is a hub that's right next to New York. It's a lot of people leaving from New York. So if Jack comes, I think Jack would do so well. The reason is because he's gonna do a lot of what Florida's doing. He's gonna attract those New Yorkers. Instead of going across somewhere else, they'll go across the bridge.
Yeah. That's historically that's been the way. You know, again, you don't mind going to a liberal city and making the kind of money as long as where you go home is more conservative. Again, that's why he gets it. Ciattarelli even if he doesn't mean it, he got it right there just by saying
he got
that.
Yeah.
So I know you have the clip there of the debate. Show that up and let's see. Yeah.
This is a little back and forth to let people in the banter and debates they had. So this is just a few clips that they played though when they went back and forth.
Jack Ciattarelli.
You can't look for wiggle room on vaccines and your body, your choice. You can't ignore the science as it relates to masking.
I encourage people to get vaccinated. Do I believe that government has a right to tell people they have to take a medicine? No, I don't.
And there were plenty.
See, that's what it comes down to right there. That's really what it comes down to. My video's lagging. Yeah, it's lagging
a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah.
Cool. We'll play this next clip then.
Moments when the tone wasn't productive on either side.
We're still digging out of the damage that Trump did in terms of masking.
Here we go.
If those watching in that drinking game where you got to take a shot every time you hear Trump, I suggest they stop real soon because they're going to be bombed real soon.
Solid.
I feel it, you know, just to answer my own question here, I think it is important because look at how important the Florida governorship, the South Dakota, because these governors speak up. They say things, they pass laws again to put pressure on the federal government. So I think it is important. So the governorship in Virginia and in New Jersey are very important because it's going to dictate, it's going to reveal to the country just where we're turning, how far the left is going actually. And just where the actual pulse of where our country really is.
Yeah. And let me play this last here, so bring it home.
Audience at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center also witnessed a stark disagreement over when sex education and LGBTQ education should begin.
I believe there is certain subject matter for our younger students, K through 8, that are best left at a kitchen table.
A lot going on at your kitchen table.
The businessman and former assemblyman Ciattarelli took the governor to task on New Jersey residents spending some of the highest in the nation on property taxes.
This is it right here.
He slammed the governor's response to Ida a few weeks ago and the number of deaths in nursing homes during the pandemic. There was also serious discussion on systemic racism. The media tried to clarify.
So, nonetheless, what do we have here? We have the reality of what's going on and what we're ignoring. What Jersey's at a crossroads, bro. because there's a lot of people who are not with it but are afraid because they're trying to connect Jack. They're trying to really connect him to this man, Trump, but it's not really working because people are seeing past that. They don't got time for that no more. You know, it's a few people who you can trick with that, but a lot of people are like,
I think even Jack made it very clear that he didn't want the coattails of Trump involved in this election, and he may very well win without the leader of the Republican Party. So
he might very well win. You're right.
Yeah, I hope he does. Actually, I think Jersey's better for it. Better for the police. Here's a statistic that I read this morning, and that is usually in the state of New Jersey, usually they get 20,000 applicants for police. Okay, usually 20,000 people apply to become a police in the state troopers division. You know how many they got in the last year? 2,000.
Nah.
Yeah, that is a major problem because he is handcuffed. Chillerelli has been saying he's handcuffed the police. He's handcuffed them, and demonized them in such a way that who on earth would want to work for this organization or work for this governor when this is what you're going to get, especially with the mandates too. By the way, so let's see. We have this Project Veritas, James O'Keefe, being the troll that he is. And I really liked when you rolled this earlier, what you had here. So I want to show our audience that. I got it.
So I'm outside this restaurant, Cooper's Riverview in Trenton, New Jersey, where the Murphy for Governor campaign is occurring. Lieutenant Governor Oliver is here. I'm going to attempt to speak to the Lieutenant Governor about allegations of criminal harassment against me by the Murphy campaign for people.
This guy
Lieutenant
finds
Governor
everyone.
James O'Keefe, Project Veritas. Your campaign accused me of criminal harassment for quoting of your campaign. Criminal harassment, ma'am. Was that an assault on free press in the state of New Jersey, ma'am? Was that an assault on free press? Is this criminal harassment, ma'am? Is it criminal harassment for me to ask you questions? Do you think it's criminal harassment, sir? Should I be in jail? Should they put me in jail? Is it a crime? Yeah, corruption. That's what we're reporting on here. Yes, corrupt. Exactly what we reported on. Name one thing I've lied about.
You're gonna edit the picture. You're gonna edit this and go and make lies about it. Yeah, go ahead. You are very corrupt. They don't care about you.
They don't care about you, my friend.
These people don't care about you. Veritas. What does that mean, sir? Very corrupt and they don't care about you. What does that mean, sir? The people that are funding them don't care about you. Project Veritas,
yes.
People.
So we got the campaign
look
on.
At this guy. He's the one who he edits stuff and he lies.
We got the campaign on tape.
You are a liar.
Why are you yelling?
I want to hear.
Why are you yelling, bro?
No, I don't want to have a conversation with you. You can edit it and lie every single thing.
You're shouting and yelling at me indicates exactly what's going on.
Look at him laugh. He's such a troll.
Have you heard of News 12 New Jersey? They're playing videos inside the Murphy camp. Did you just tell me to go myself? That's really diplomatic.
That's really diplomatic.
Have you seen our videos inside the Murphy campaign? Pretty incredible. Now the police are coming here.
The police are coming.
Governor shuffled into her SUV by her security, not responding.
Well, I like that he did it in black and white.
Corruption at us. We look forward to speaking with
you. Can take that off on your end. I can't click on it. Take it off on your end.
That is amazing. That is crazy.
Wow.
What a way to end today's show.
Wow.
Of just how hostile people can get.
That was a great way to.
Is there any reason to be this hostile? Come on. Look, I understand. A coworker of mine says one thing you never do is you never talk religion and you never talk politics. And I'm like, why? It's okay to disagree. It's okay to talk about these things.
Yeah, man.
And Alex has something else to say here. Boss, if you ever come to a small town, Oklahoma, you'll be astounded at how small-minded people are. You might find a handful of people that follow politics the way you guys do.
Wow. Yeah, I can
but
imagine.
they pulling the lever. They're pulling the lever. Why are they pulling the lever?
Making people just stay quiet or be uninterested. hopefully some of those people kind of tune in the channel like what we're doing. You know, that'll be dope to kind of, get those different perspectives, because we love to hear from people different states. So this is awesome.
Yeah, just want to have a conversation because again, politics is about having those conversations, especially about cultural things. If we want to be really diverse, Savory, if we really want diversity, then you have to have a medium. You have to talk. You have to have conversations. You get what I'm saying? So again, if conversations, if language wasn't so important, then God wouldn't have confused the people at the Tower of Babel when they were building the Tower of Babel.
Tower of Babel, love it,
Come
love
on.
it.
He wouldn't have done that because he understands, he knows the power of language and us being able to be on the same language and to communicate with each other. It's not a problem now. God's not going to confuse our language today. All we need to do is figure out how to lower down our pride, come to a form of humility and say, hey, you know what? We may not know everything. One thing that I really love about you, Savory, is that when you don't know something, you say, you know what? I have to look into that. I have no idea, but I have initial thoughts. If you want me to share it, I can share it. You don't pose yourself as the guy who knows everything.
Yeah, then I'll stop learning, man. That's always the logic I was taught. Yeah, Kristen, I appreciate that comment, man. Love this show. Thank you guys for the great discussion. Hopefully, get a lot more people that feel that way, so we can kind of continue growing with, a good band of brothers and sisters. That's the goal here, man. We'll be here regardless. We're having fun with this. We loving. If it's 10,000 people, it is what it is, man. So appreciate the love, man.
Thank you.
Yep, can't get around that. I'm gonna put you top to my boys for sure. You have a good night and God bless. Appreciate you, Alex.
Thank you, Alex. Appreciate you.
And
God bless.
as we're closing now, I just want to let y'all know where y'all can find us, where y'all can find us, not only us, but where y'all can get a direct access to our show. Follow us on Twitch, Macho Fix 88, Savory Edition. Follow us on Twitter, where we have the same. What's the term they're using now? You said it's not username no more. What is it?
Handles.
Matches at our handles. My TikTok is booming. Come out here. We are out here. Yep. Follow both of us, actually. Not only my TikTok, he is back on. So hopefully we get that momentum together, which we already are. And most importantly, we saw a few people actually in our YouTube channel today. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Our YouTube channel for sure. Come hit that subscribe button, notification. Why? Because unlike a lot of other channels, we do go live every single day, Monday through Friday. We're just not posting. You see us live. You see us make fumbles, mistakes, pick ourselves up, and have great conversations. What is
Why not? We want to have it real time. Yeah.
Facts. Thank you again for joining us. You already know, name of the show is Drinks with a Nobody, where there's no last cause.
Cheers.